to find this place or we'll be late.
Make a left on Astrology Avenue. Oh, I'm sorry, I meant right. It should be right here. 444 Spirit Way. Oh, turn.
It looks like Renee. Yay, we're on time. The James and Kellee Show.
Great, let's start the show. Hey, turn. Hi, Kel.
How'd you wait?
Hey. That's like 3 years old now, right? 4 years old.
4 years old.
From the original time on Venice Boulevard. Kellee, turn! Go away. That was Love Line we did. Love Line.
Yeah, with Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew. We got ourselves into deep water that night.
We did. Have times changed?
How times have changed. Now it'd be like nothing.
Exactly. Actually, we wouldn't make it. The traffic would be so bad, James. We just wouldn't make it.
Hey, happy Earth Day, Kellee, and everybody.
Okay. Happy Earth Day to you and everybody. Happy Passover, too.
Oh, is it Passover?
Passover and Earth Day.
How was the Passover was around Easter before?
Well,
Easter
it always comes on sometimes it is, sometimes a little later. So this time it happened to be a little later.
Well,
depending
Passover,
on the calendar.
everyone.
Happy Passover, everybody.
Hi, Julie, Marg, Kathy Leonard. Yes.
And did you know, James,
You're
that Earth Day was founded by a senator from Wisconsin in 1970?
I thought it was 1972. 1970. Really? Wow.
Wisconsin.
Wow.
Wisco. In the house on Earth Day.
And a friend of mine was talking yesterday about being in a place they'd never been to the country before. And it's their first year there. I don't know I forget which state it is. And I was telling the story about getting used to living in the country from the city. And I said, oh, I got news for you. I got someone you can learn from. Her next book.
My next book, exactly.
Living on the farm. Yes.
Living on the farm.
How was the weather? How were the tornadoes? We had a lot of tornadoes over there.
We did. We survived. We missed them. No, everything is actually beautiful now. The tulips are out. I mean, I really do appreciate spring so much because the tulips are out and the flowers
tulip
are out.
tree, which I loved. You showed
that
me
tulip tree we have is
great.
stunning, and it's also known as a magnolia tree. It's beautiful. Yeah.
My neighbor just planted 6 magnolia trees in the front of his house.
Oh, how
the corner property and put it all around. It's really pretty. It's going to be really pretty.
Oh my gosh. So how's the weather where you are?
We had a really great day. Let's see, last week, a Tuesday and Wednesday was really nice here. And then it's gotten to gray May already.
Oh,
so it's kind of like weird because I thought summer was here and I was my bathing suit on and I was ready to go, but no, it didn't happen.
Oh.
But I'm ready.
Yeah, well, I bet. Then there'll be June gloom.
June gloom, May gray, June gloom.
In LA, we used to have the funniest terms for all of this.
Yeah, and offshore flow. Remember her?
Oh, yes.
Offshore flow. And something Eddie, something stagnant Eddie, whatever. That's the weirdest names we had. So you guys are beautiful. Thank you, Jen. I did a soul care today, which I wasn't supposed to officially, but it was on my newsletter. So I did that because everyone was expecting that. And Friday, I had a great demonstration, Kellee.
Tell me all about it.
It was really, really great. I really enjoyed it and educational for a lot of people. We shared getting in touch with their guides and brought them a process of connecting with their guides. And everybody was open. I think everybody received more than they expected. Yeah. Thank goodness. And the readings were great for everyone. All the spirits that came through gave the information to not only the individual, but they said how it affects everybody in that room. Wow. So it was directed to everybody in that room, which my guides have really never done before. They've actually said, this is for everybody here. And we've actually brought these people through for lessons, which we're going to talk about tonight. For everybody in this room, they'll be able to get something from this. So that really was.
You know what's so interesting is when we were talking about earlier about life lessons, and we were talking about one of them, which is oneness connected. And you actually had the experience, and everybody had the experience of being connected then.
Yes. It's
really extraordinary.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a little bit for sure, without a doubt. So Diane Limbick, Amanda from Johannesburg. Wow, South Africa. Good to see you, Amanda. Wow. Good morning from Malaysia.
Hi, Marciela from Austin.
Hi, Marciela. That's great. Buenos Aires. Oh, wow.
Buenos Aires.
Buenas noches. Wow. Hi, Nadine from Vienna.
And Renee got married. Renee is now Renee Rossiter. She got married.
Congratulations.
Hi, Renee. Good. Yeah, congratulations, honey.
Come on, Pearl, to my room. Come on, Pearl. You go lie down. You want to come and say hello? Come here. Up here. Up. All right, then go lay down. Go lay down. She's a good little girl.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what's going on astrologically? Are we finished with the? We're not finished yet with the eclipse season, right?
No. Well, we are
The end
finished
of
with the
April.
2 eclipses, but the energy is going to last for months and months. But
But
I will
it
tell
does
you,
feel less intense than it was.
it is definitely less intense. Definitely less intense. But there are a couple of other things that are about ready. We're about ready to walk into. So,
Of course, just safe
course,
from back
you
in the
know,
water.
it's just when you thought it was safe. But one amazing thing is tomorrow, James, we have the pink full moon in Vedic astrology. It's in Libra. So the moon will be like a light pinkish. And the reason they call it the pink moon is, you'll love this, because of the creeping moss, or the moss phlox. And I guess that's a plant that's native to the United States. Have you heard of this? It's like covers the ground.
I have one on my tree in the front of my house, and
Oh my
yesterday I
God.
was looking at it. I think it's in the orchid family, but it's right now shooting up these light pink and then
Oh,
purple
oh.
pink shoots. And
Oh,
I'll
it
take a
must be
photograph.
beautiful. Take a photograph. I
On my
would love
Facebook
to see
page. Yeah, and
this.
I'll send
Oh,
it to
that would be
Kelly.
so great.
And it's
Because,
right next to the moss that's on the tree that I have. So
okay, so you're right in the energy of this
I have
lovely.
species of all different types of plants from all over the world.
Your
Africa,
garden
Australia.
is amazing.
It's a garden, amazing.
It's spectacular.
So is
Well,
pink being pink, love, unconditional love?
yes,
The
because
time
it's
to use that energy for love.
yes, because it's in Vedic astrology. It's in
Libra.
Libra, and
Right.
Libra is ruled by Venus, and so this is a very significant full moon, because it brings not only love, but it also brings chakra healing, and it's wonderful for meditation, and it's wonderful for purification, and it's great. Put your crystals out, everybody. When I'll tell everybody when at the good time to put them out. Put your crystals out, because this is really a great energy.
Good for water to.
Yes, you can make moon water. I mean, it's a lovely energy full moon. So,
And can I just jump into that before you go to astrology? So I was watching, and I suggest everybody watch it. I'm sorry I didn't write down which specific one, but there's so many YouTube NDEs, near-death experiences.
Yes.
And I watched about 2 or 3 of them, and it was very interesting. Some get kind of boring, only because the participants are kind of like not used to but I got the message. But it was really interesting how many of them had the commonality that we're all energy. We're just energy, and this is the hard places here. But when you step out of the body, you're open to expansive of everything, and you remember everything, and you realize we're one. We're all connected to one, and we're all energy vortexes. We're all these vortexes of energy, and we are connected to everything. And there are energy spots in the body, which is the chakras, and we've got to cleanse those out. And we can bring into our experience all the energy we want just by our thoughts. Bring that energy in and cleanse. Everything in your life is brought to you by your thoughts. Yes. And everybody said this. And so it just goes in line with what we talk about. And it's just a wonderful reminder. So I'll talk more about it in a little bit, but
it's a wonderful reminder about that.
So energy is everything, and that energy from the moon, the intention, bringing that loving energy into your space and all around you. Like attracts like, so you'll attract love into your life. It's all intention.
It's all intention. And in fact, so tomorrow,
energy follows thought.
Absolutely. And tomorrow is a wonderful day. I mean, we should always be setting our intentions, but tomorrow's a really good day for that, on the 23rd of April. It's a really great day.
Something you love. Do something.
Yes.
I like to dance, so I'll be dancing. Or do something, have fun. I don't know. Paint. Do something that makes you laugh. Go back to that silliness of a young kid again.
Well, remember that song, Dancing in the Moonlight? Dancing in the Moonlight. It's a great song. I love that song.
Everybody.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow.
It was one they played over and over and over. I was like, okay, no.
I listened to it yesterday. I love it. I can't get enough of that song.
Like
King Harvest. No, King Harvest.
King Harvest.
Yeah, it's a one-hit wonder, but I loved it. Oh my gosh. So tomorrow is an extraordinary day for the full moon. So set your intentions. The next day we have, on the next couple of days, we have Mars is transiting, and Mars is actually the planet of war and energy, battle, all of these things. And it's in the sign of Pisces. It's in Vedic astrology. No, correct. Not a good placement.
No.
But it's also at the same degree in Pisces that the solar eclipse on April 8th took place. So that means that it could be a next couple of days we might see a triggered event or something because Mars is activates things. So I'm going to say this to everybody: be nice, be kind, be generous, be good to people.
Use that positive energy of Pisces,
Yes.
which is a lovely dreamer sensitivity for
Yep.
everybody. Try to see God in everyone the next
I
couple
love
of days.
that.
For the
I
rest of the
love
week,
that, James.
try to find God in every single person because these people in near-death experiences talk about God is everyone. We're all God. And try to, they said the biggest problem is the divisions that humans have. They
Yes.
divide countries and people, and we're all connected. We're all one. So everybody try to see God in everyone. Yeah. I want to tell a story. Over the weekend, I was at the barber shop, as you can tell. I love my haircut.
Looks
and
great.
This young boy, 36 years old, young guy, and sweet kid. And I went to him because I like his, out of all his barbers there, I can tell he's the best one. And I said, hi, I forgot your card, but your name's Kevin, right? And he goes, yes, Kevin. He's a Filipino guy, and sweet kid. And I said, I'll wait for you. So I waited for him, got in the chair, and we're talking. I said, how was your trip to Vietnam? He was going there with his girlfriend, like, I think it was the summer. Well, maybe it was January, February. And he goes, oh, we didn't go because her father got sick on the plane going there, and he was going to follow. So I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And we talked about a nice guy. And one thing he said to me throughout our talk, he goes, sorry, he called me sir. I said, don't call me sir, please. Don't call me sir. I don't feel comfortable, sir. I said, call me James. He goes, I want to thank you. I said, thank me. He goes, yeah, every day I get lots of people in this chair, and a lot of them are down. They don't speak. You always have the greatest energy. Thank you for sharing your energy.
Oh, the fact that he noticed and he's aware of that.
And I didn't know anything about me. And I said, thank you for your sharing your energy, because it goes, back and forth. So thank you. And he said, you made my day.
Wow. And especially with hairdressers, we do, because, and especially with hairdressers, they're right up in your crown chakra. They're right up here, And so I always,
I honor them.
Me too.
I honor them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
By the way, your hair looks lovely, Kellee.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm all about the chakra, the head chakra, the crown chakra. What can I say? And the last thing I want to mention is on April 25th, Mercury finally goes direct. So in a couple of days, Mercury will go direct, and that'll be much
less lightness in that energy. Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
I do too, James. Yeah. I think the energy will get a lot lighter as we move forward.
Thanks, Nadine. Yes, I lost 20 pounds. Thank you. I grew it back, but yes, I lost 20 pounds. I'm very happy with my diet.
Don't you feel so much better, James?
I feel much better. I have more energy. I can do things. I feel like I'm back like I'm, 40-year-old.
Yay!
Yeah, it's fun. And, I keep up with Pearl.
She'll keep you young, that's for sure.
Yeah.
She'll keep you running.
Don't lose any more. I have to. And Margaret, don't lose any more. I have 10 more pounds. I'll be my ideal weight for my height. I am 5'3.5". I lost half an inch as you get older.
Yeah, I know. I don't like that part, but I have to. Yeah, don't really like it. Anne Margaret says, how's the house renovation going? Oh, Anne Margaret, it is going and going and going. So we will be in a renovation for some time. But
when do you start your kitchen?
In a month.
So you're prepping that now?
Yes, that's correct.
You have before pictures, right? You're going to have before and after?
Oh, before and after. Oh yes. Okay. Oh, you'll see. May as well have just bought a new house.
Well, yeah, I mean, hello.
I mean, it's something else. Yeah. Anyway.
As our friend Jordy said, she goes, the workers are in a house because she's got to replace her foundation and stuff over there in Ohio.
Wow.
And everything's very positive. They're the greatest people, the workers. I've been blessed to have them here. And she's just.
Wow. And I feel the same way, actually.
Yeah.
Wish I could put a fire under everybody's ass, but I can't.
Oh, Kellee, when I built a place in Laguna, I didn't know anything what I was doing. I used to pay these guys every week. I didn't know. And the house took 2 years. And I went to a 500 square foot place. It wasn't
I remember that very well.
Yeah. And I'm like, and they never worked. I'm like, huh? And people said, no, you don't pay them until they finish it. I'm like, oh.
Live and learn.
Years. Lesson learned.
Got that one. Note to self. So.
Is it okay to keep your crystals in glass jars? Yes, it would be, right, Kellee?
Yeah, put the crystals out. Yes, absolutely.
In a glass jar.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Glass jar is perfect for that.
Less dusting.
Yeah, this is
I bet.
true.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
the kitchen is an adventure, but worth it. It's very, very true.
Yeah.
So
Oh
good,
my
good, good.
gosh.
So we have a topic today. Any more about astrology? That's
No,
part.
that's it. That's plenty.
So today we thought we'd talk to everybody. It's a special day,
Mhm.
and well, first of all, why don't we talk about our life lessons? That's a good one. So
Yes, let's
should we do that
start with,
first?
yeah.
Okay. So we thought we'd talk about life lessons and the most common life lessons. And I named 5 of the most common ones that I have found in my work. And Kellee will we'll go into each one.
Yeah, we'll go into
Number
each.
one I come up with is self-love, loving of
Yeah.
self. Most souls come back to learn about loving self.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Self-awareness. And how do people learn about loving themselves, Kellee?
Oh, I will tell you. So, I mean, the whole idea of
Yeah.
incarnating, just in general, the whole idea is to discover the process of being consciously aware. And so we're
And
going
aware of who you are, right?
aware of who you are, aware of your surroundings, aware. So you're making really good choices going for,
To
going
know
forward,
yourself.
to know thyself. I mean, so you're each time we incarnate, we're going to have a different progress, like hopefully making steadfast progress, going through the different levels of our learning. But for example, with self-love, we might choose, and we all learn these lessons through relationships. Relationships are how we learn about how we treat ourselves and how we treat others is through learning. So self-love, we may have some really tough experiences with self-love. We may
Challenges.
big challenges with self-love, like you may have a mother that says you are worthless.
Yeah,
You may have
abusive people around you, abusive parents.
exactly. But remember, we choose our family before we come in. And so if you look at this play, if you will, you may have a very abusive parent, a father, a mother, a sibling, maybe, that treats you terribly. And so then for whatever reason, you don't believe in yourself and you go down that road of negativity. I'm not lovable. Nobody's going to love me. And then you pick abusive relationships. And then, of course, that's a self prophecy that comes out. So until you really start to do some work on yourself about learning that you're so important, you're so valuable,
Who you are.
who you are.
Who you really are, not who you think
Yeah.
you are, and what people have told you to be, and not live up to other people's expectations of
Yes.
you've got to live up to your own expectations and be kind to yourself. Self-love is also about loving self in a kindness and compassionate way with passion. Love yourself. There's no one like you in the world. We're all unique and we're all meant to be here at this particular time, but we're all so unique. It's like a diamond, the different facets that are cut with each experience. My friend Peter talks about that. And it's really, really true. Every experience we have opens us up deeper and helps us to see in a clearer way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then it's really hard people in our lives to push us or abuse us, push us to our boundaries to say, wait a minute, I'm no longer accepting that. I'm too good for that. As a good friend Roberta said, when people behave badly, you say to them, goodbye. You don't get to have me no more. You behave
exactly.
You don't get to have me anymore.
Exactly, because the universe will test you. Your soul, I should say, your higher self soul will test. You'll get tested again and again, and it may be a life theme. In fact, everybody should be thinking about right now, like as we go through each one of these things that we're going to be talking about, really ask yourself certain really important questions, like what reoccurring patterns have you had or challenges have you faced throughout your life? Because those would be lessons for you.
And I grew up in a very, not say abusive, but I'll say difficult childhood. Parents not
you
really
did,
there.
James. You really had
really
it.
did.
I think you did. Yeah.
But it really helped me to know. I think I came in knowing who I was, but it really helped me to know that I wasn't what they were saying I was. That I wasn't that what crazy or whatever it was they were saying. I knew who I was. And I had a good sense of self. And my grandmother, a great grandmother, who would say to me, she would always quote Shakespeare, and she'd say, "To thy own self be true," over and over and over again. Now I understand what it means. At the age of 5, I didn't understand, but now, of course, I do. And I said to all my students, you first have to know yourself before anything. Know who you are.
And also, you had somebody that loved you too, which was
I had yes.
Remember your neighbor? She loved you very much.
Connie, who I did my
really
first
help
book
with that.
to. She was meant to be on my path, no doubt about it, because we have these earthly guides. And she was the one who said, "You're very special. You have something. You're something very special inside you, And you got to live that specialty. She didn't know what it was, but she was in my space to help me believe in myself. She acknowledged and kind of validated that I always knew that, but didn't know that other people would know that. And she did.
And she
So
saw it.
yeah, you got to love yourself, everybody. You're made from love. So love yourself. Don't pay
And there,
attention to these earthly things.
and there will be people along your way to help.
Yeah.
There just will be. I mean, even listening to this show tonight, you might get some understanding of, wait a minute, I'm going to make some, why am I going down that road? I need to make some changes here.
There are tidbits here that we've learned and that
Right.
we've gleaned through other experiences that we all do, and we share with everybody. There's no human being is meant to suffer per se. There's not suffering involved. You're really not supposed to suffer. There's certain experiences and challenges we all go through, but we shouldn't put ourselves through it. The world is hard enough. School's hard enough. Don't make it harder.
School is hard enough, right? Oh my gosh, so true, James. So that's self-love. Another great lesson that we come to learn is forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
Let's talk about that.
Forgiveness is a medicine we give ourselves because remember, everything is energy, right? And if you're holding on to them old emotional stuff, it corrodes the body, it corrodes the spirit, it blocks everything, it holds things back from happening. As many of these people as NDEs have talked about, my communicators have talked about over the many years, energy moves. And forgiveness opens up that space and it brings up a higher energy. You've got to be better than the person you can't forgive. You've got to be better than. And maybe in this way, that's how you're teaching them as well. Take the high road, less traveled.
Absolutely. You must take the high road, James. Because
Kellee, I just want to, if you don't mind, I've talked about this before in the show, and I want to again because it's an important one. That a young man came through, he was 19 years old, came through to his mom and dad in demonstration, and he said, "Mom, I've forgiven the man that killed me. The man was a hit and run, and the driver was drunk, and the kid died, the driver lived." And he said, "Mom, I've forgiven him. You need to now." And she was like, "Huh? How could I? He take my son." He goes, "I've forgiven him. And if you don't forgive him, it's going to affect not only you and your health, emotional health, mental health, physical health, spiritual health, but it'll affect everybody else." And that's when he said, "And if we don't forgive this time around, it could affect further generations."
Yes. 13 generations ahead.
Exactly.
13 behind, 13 ahead.
We have the sins of the forefathers. It's very, very true. So we got to clean up that ancestral karma too. Right. And forgiveness is a very high lesson. It's a very.
I think it's one of the top 5, and it's very hard.
Jesus supposedly on the cross, and it keeps it really comes to my mind every week.
Me too, James.
Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Right. So how many people are in your lives who do crazy things, nutty things, weird things, speak at whatever they do? And Kellee taught me this, where, you don't know what level they're on. You don't know what level they're on. In this school, we're mixed with baby souls, advanced souls, middle school souls, and we don't know what level they're on. So you got to be better than.
And the other thing is, whatever the abuse was to you that you can't forgive, or whatever it was that you can't forgive. Or someone leaving
you, or whatever.
Abandonment, whatever it happens to be, is that soul is only the soul that has done the trauma. The soul that has done the trauma is only hurting him or herself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bigger thing than you can even imagine, actually.
And how can we expect the world to be a better place if we can't create forgiveness within our own lives?
Right, exactly.
So if we want the world to be a better place, we got to make sure this microcosm of ourselves is in a good, upstanding, wonderful way, and that all those great things we do creates that brilliant light. And we want to be that light for everybody in this world, because we all need light. There's a lot of darkness here, but there's a lot of light. And we need to show that light. Right. We need to be proud of our light and show it, and forgive others because they don't know what they do.
They don't. Well, and James, let's talk about being a victim, because that really kind of falls into this category of blaming others.
Blaming others and getting to that space of being a victim. And as Eckhart Tolle talks about the pain body, many people like to stay in the pain body because they'll get sympathy and empathy from other people. People feel sorry for them, and they learn to live with that because they get attention. And what else, Kellee, would you say about?
Well, they actually, blame is like an open invitation, as they say, for the ego self to take control, because it loves to be in the state of a victim. It loves to be that. So it's
Because
really
of
a
the
fascinating
attention, yeah,
thing.
because it gets the
The
attention.
attention,
And they're in
and
control of that.
they're
That's
in
their
control of
control.
that. That's what, it's and interesting, but that you mentioned Eckhart Tolle, because he says, one of my favorite quotes is, life will give you whatever experience is most beneficial for the evolution of your consciousness. And
Yeah,
so
great.
if you are having, where you are blaming and you're in a victim, I mean, James, you and I can spot, oh boy, that one's a victim. Oh, here we go. Like that
I don't
one's a
have time
victim.
for it anymore.
I have
I'm really trying
zero
to be
time.
polite,
No,
but sometimes I
no.
just can't do it anymore. And I'm like, oh
No,
no, no,
no,
no, I don't go
no,
down
no,
that
no.
road.
I don't teach that class anymore. No, no, no. And don't you imagine that? I mean, I absolutely know this, that on the other side, we teach classes of what
Yep,
goes on Earth. And
100%.
so I'm sure that I have said till I'm, blue in the face, like, look, this is what's going to happen. And this is the answer of how you need to respond. And then you make boundaries and you walk away.
Yeah,
But some of those people will be our greatest teachers. I mean, I have had abuse. I have been traumatized
I've
through
read
the
the
roof.
book.
You've read my book.
You
Oh
certainly
my
have.
God. And I wouldn't be here really if it weren't for you, James, your work and all the work that you've done, and the ability to go through and have compassion for what I went
It
through.
makes us stronger.
Made me so much stronger. And I have so much empathy for souls that are even here, souls that even volunteered to come here.
Yeah.
This is a big school to be here.
Yeah,
but there are certain things that you will go through on Earth while you're here. So, and another one of them.
And remember, Kellee, remember, it is all, I'm going to go back to this again and again. It's all energy. It is all how you use the energy. So one of the NDE experiences I wanted to share was a gentleman. So I didn't write this down, folks, but you can see on YouTube. It's a guy who died. This is interesting. He was age 4 and he was on a big wheel and he's coming out of his driveway. His brother was across the street and he said, come on over. We're going to go to the mall. And the little kid loved the mall. So he takes his big wheel, he's pulling out, and a neighbor didn't see him because it was down by the street, ran right over him. He left his body and he went to this. He was right with his light beings. And I said, a light being with a hood looked at him and said to telepathic, said, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. I think, Joey, you'll be fine. And told him these things, which he did not remember till he was 12 years of age. And one of the insights he had was he felt he was in the middle of this space and there was like a carousel around him. And he said it was very interesting because this carousel, as he got older, because he was aware of this stuff, even when he was 4 and he was aware there was no time, you could see future things. He was aware of certain scenarios in his life going on. And now he said nowadays too, when he meditates, he can also see this carousel, and the scenes are all those emotional scenes, and there are chords from his heart into every single scene. Every single scene has chords, and it's how he treated that scene, how he energetically treated that person. Did he treat them badly? Was he harsh to them? Was he loving? Was he forgiving? And it was this carousel. And it's the only way we can break out of that matrix of this energy, because he goes, it's a matrix, is love. Love is the only thing that will set you free. Yeah. Love is, no matter what it is, bring love. Mm-hmm. You don't need to get love back, but give love.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was one of the insights. He's really.
Oh, that's such a good one. Wow, James.
It's all about love and energy. It's all sending loving energy. That's all it is.
It is. Wow.
It's everything.
So another one.
Another major life lesson is
compassion.
Compassion.
I can tell you that personally, I had to go through. I went through a lot, and as you know, James, I had a traumatic brain injury. And I lost everything. And so after losing everything.
I've read the book.
You read the book?
Which, by the way, is coming out soon.
It's coming out soon. Yes.
It's in its nurturing. It's being, I don't know.
Should hopefully.
Gestating, I guess you say.
Between 8 weeks and 2 months and 3 months, it'll be out. I understand. So I'm really excited about that.
I've been through a lot.
I've been through a lot. But what happened to me is all of a sudden, I felt this, I don't know how else to say it, James, like a wave of Jesus. I have no other description. And it was to have compassion for my own self of what I had gone through. And once I went inward and I sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and had such compassion for what I had gone through, I came out the other end, and I came out whole on the other end. I had to have compassion for what I had gone through. And of course I have compassion for others, but I don't think I had ever had it for myself.
I'm gonna cry. So wow. So for everybody who's watching this, here's an exercise based on what just Kellee said. After this broadcast is over, I want you all, if you want to create a piece of paper, a report card. And a report card are certain lessons. And I want you to look at your life and see how you did. And look at those things that we talk about: self-love, forgiveness, compassion, as we go through these, and just start assessing your life. A, B, C, something to work on. I remember my report card says the nun just wrote, needs to work on his spelling or something. He could be a good writer one day, you know. So assess yourself. This is what Kellee did, and see about the compassion for yourself and why you hold back. If you're holding back and maybe got to see on something about maybe forgiveness, then what is it that you can make it an A? Do you need to forgive somebody? Do you need to try to understand somebody? Do you need to have more compassion for somebody? It's a really good way, self-assessment. So a self-report card after this, okay? Don't make it difficult. Maybe 5 things that we're talking about.
I think that's a really great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea, James.
Yeah, because compassion comes, Kellee, with compassion, meaning Latin, with passion, with love. Again, it goes back to we're all love. We're all made from love. But there's some people that are so hurt in their lives and so destroyed and so much in the dark that they act out of that. They act out of that victimization, that hurt self.
Well, and what happens is people run to the next adventure, without dealing with themselves, without
And they try to hurt others too.
And then, because they're unconscious, and they just run and they run and run and run and run until, for me, that's exactly what I was doing. I was no different. I was running as fast as I could until, kaboom, I couldn't run anymore. In fact, I couldn't move.
Yeah. And after a while, you keep on running, and eventually you get tired, and you hang out with people who will bring you down.
Yes.
And eventually it gets real boring and real tiring, and you got to, wow, this is what a
waste. It gets boring too.
Yeah. It's a waste of energy. You know, energy, life is about movement, always moving, doing something different, not sitting and wallowing in it. You just got to keep on going. That's really what it's about. Keep on going no matter what. You're better than. So that Buddhist saying, which I'm going to share with everyone once again, because my friend shared it with me, you can't push the river. You just got to let it flow.
Such a good one. So Ellie says people take kindness for weakness. It's a lower form of life. Yes, they do. They do take.
That's their issue, right? So we can teach them. We can teach them about compassion is strength. It really is strength with passion. And try to find, again, this goes along with that thing I love to help people with, that remind people, try to find the God in everybody. Try to find that compassion in every single person. I think everyone is loving, the loving beings, or everyone is God, that loving divine. Everyone's divine from divine source. Try to find the divinity in every person, especially those people that think you're your foes. I mean, that's really important. One of the things to talk about in the near-death experience also, which has been in all of them, was we're all together. We're not separate. We're one. We're one, which is one of my lessons I have down here. But we are all one. We're not separate. You're people that speak a different language are part of you. You're part of them. If we could learn the differences and celebrate the diversity, we learn from those different cultures. We learn from their ways they do things. We don't have to own people. We don't have to have divisions. We don't have to have wars. We have to celebrate and learn and acknowledge. That goes really much further.
And also maybe using a different lens when you're with somebody, look at the lens of maybe their life was full of traumas. I mean, you don't know. And that leads to the next number 4, which is non-judgment.
Non-judgment. Yeah. So the first thing people like to do is judge others. That's the way the human is, I think, to survive, maybe that critical mind. And I always said that judgment comes from fear, because we want to judge another so we feel secure. We feel better than. So we judge someone, put someone else down so I feel better than. And we get into this whole thing, of course, of society too, with these, Madison Avenue and the way we're raised. But it's like in these now, of course, social media. I'm better than selfies. I mean, in your book, I wrote the foreword about the selfies and people are just, I have to be popular with, get the 15 minutes of fame. It's really horrible. As I mentioned earlier, Greg Braden, a good friend, Greg Braden, wonderful teacher. And he said that, the problem is technology is advancing, but morality is not. And
boy, that's such a great statement. So accurate.
But morality is not, and no one is helping the morality to grow, the kindness to grow, the compassion to grow. And that's where we need it, because we're going to spin out of control. This world will spin out. AI is going to be out of control. It'll be out of control, and there's no regulations, and no one wants to make regulations. Same with the internet. Same thing happened. It's going to be even worse.
It's
So
gonna
we
be
need to get
something.
morality. We need to take care of the microcosm. There's a sense when you pass over of responsibility, right?
Life
That's
theme.
life lesson. Responsibility, being
Mhm.
responsible for your thoughts, your words, and your deeds, because thoughts are real energy. When you
Mhm.
pass over, you see your thoughts, how they affected people 10 times, 20 times, 30 times stronger. What you did affect someone.
Well,
What
James, that also what happens is with that those thoughts and the deeds and how it affects somebody is you're writing your future actually.
correct. Exactly.
In the
Kel.
Akashic records, you're or oh, how do you know? Like when people say, "Was I terrible in my past life that I had all of this stuff?" Perhaps I don't know. Not necessarily. It could be just you've come to really learn these big core lessons too. But
Yeah,
you have to be really mindful moving forward of what you are creating now because that will affect your future.
be the change you want to be. Be the
Mhm.
change you want this world to be. Be the kind person you want everybody to be. Demonstrate that to people. Show them to people. Where was I recently? I was somewhere recently. Oh, today. Because I'm not technical, my battery for my car, the fob in my car, of course, I couldn't change it. So I went to the car dealership where
I found out how much those fobs are, by the way,
how
James.
much did you get? How
I'm
much?
afraid to say it out loud. They're up to $800.
Okay, because mine was,
So
she
you
said
really,
$370.
yeah, no,
Because
double
I
that.
tried doing myself
Double.
and of course, ruined the inside of the phone. Once I
Oh
found out how to
dear.
open it up. Anyway, I walked in and she said, and it wasn't the same dealer I went to. It was they changed dealerships. And all
Mhm.
was it before 2020 your car? I said, oh, yes. It was like a 2019 or 2018. She goes, okay, then I can help you. I said, okay. And she wasn't very happy. And I said, I love your lovely eyes. I know you can help me because you have beautiful eyes. You're very kind. She
Mhm.
goes, thank you for saying that. And her whole energy shifted. And that's all she needed because someone stole her scissors. And she goes, where are my scissors? I put my scissors here and someone takes them. I said, yep, but scissors, you can get a bunch of them. They probably need them and I'll return them when they're ready for it. But you'll always be taken care of. Just a little thing to say like that. She smiled. So there was an acknowledgement that really didn't matter that much. So wherever you can shift the energy, everybody, that's what you want to do. You want to
That's
bring
what you
love,
want to do.
those little bits of love. And yeah, it's non where are we? Non-judgment. Yes.
Now we're on number 5, which is an important one.
What do you have down, Kelly?
We're all connected. Oneness.
Oneness. Oneness. Oneness.
Mhm.
ONE. Omnipresent nurturing energy. That's love. One. We're all one. The biggest illusion that we're separate. We're not separate. We're
When I
one.
again and after my head injury, what happened is I started seeing things that I couldn't stop seeing, and one of the things that I saw was that we were all connected, James. The flowers, the earth, us, you, me, all of us, that we were all connected. It was the energy of connectedness. So I know that that exists. Everything you're saying with oneness is correct. We are all connected. And so the action of all of us is so important.
When I had my NDE, I left
Mhm.
my body, and I remember I had an awareness that everyone's, and it was funny because someone else said this in their NDE on YouTube. I was watching, it's like, oh, that happened to me. This ribbon of light. Every thought we have has a color to it, a ribbon fab, and it goes into the great tapestry that affects everybody. So, and when you have your life review, you'll begin to see all the colors and designs, and you put into that tapestry. Did you make it a beautiful tapestry, or did you not? So if you're more aware of this while you're in the physical, you can change things, you can alter things, make them better, if you will. And it's important that you realize that when you're hurting someone, you're hurting yourself. Like
Yes,
war does no one any good because they're hurting themselves. We're all connected.
right.
We're just killing ourselves.
Yeah.
It's just that war doesn't work. It doesn't work.
And
It's
that's why it's really important to bring peace to you. Each individual needs to bring peace to themselves. And that
compassion for
goes
yourself.
out
Love
in
for yourself.
compassion and love and self love
It's
and
really good.
empathy and all of those things to
You know,
yourself.
a friend of mine was, my friend Roberta, that
Mhm.
was our 80th birthday last Sunday, and a good friend of Wesley. I don't think you've met Wesley. He was in Land of the Lost. He played the lead in
Oh,
Land of the Lost.
wow.
Wesley, you're a good friend. And I brought my friend Julie with me. You met Julie, and we're sitting there, and really, Julie knows no one, and I just know Wesley and a couple of people. And this is why Wesley is a good friend of mine. And he looked at Julie. He goes, "You have a lovely light around you." He
Oh,
didn't know her from Adam, but he just had to say that. I mean,
how
how many of
sweet
us
she
say that to
does.
people? I mean, we say
Yeah.
that to people, but
Yeah.
we all should start
Yeah.
looking at people as energy. Just look at them as energy. How do you feel their energy? What does their energy feel like? Step out of yourself. Connect with them. What are you going to do for them? How are you going to change their life? What does their energy feel like? What do they need more in their energy field? Do they need more love, kindness, kind word, kind gesture, nice thought? What is it they need? Start looking at it energetically.
Right. I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
And
and you know,
my next book, I didn't tell you the name of it. I just
okay.
remembered it.
What is it?
Are you spiritual now? Question mark.
Oh, yeah.
That's you.
Are you spiritual now?
Are you spiritual now? Question mark. I don't know what it means yet, but we'll get to that.
Oh, I think I know. Oh my God.
Kellee and I have been working with titles for a book, and we can't announce it yet, but we will. But it's fun. It's perfect for the book.
It's a perfect. James came up with the title, and it's perfect. And we looked at so many titles. Oh my God, nothing fit. But now we have it. So the book is going forward. It's really true, and it's a perfect cover for this. It's a perfect cover and a perfect title. Well, should we talk about our big announcement now?
We should talk about our big announcement now.
So we do have a big announcement.
We have a big announcement that because our site has grown with this Both Sides Now and Beyond, and we want to reach more people, and it's been happening for all. We're going to go on a different, well, maybe the same platform.
It's the same platform, so you can still find us. Yeah, same time. More of a
podcast setting, so it'll be more of a podcast where there's a live stream. It'll be a live stream still, but it'll be a little bit set up differently. So the format will be just a little bit different. Kellee won't be doing as much astrology. You know, we'll be doing astrology. We'll be doing guests, more about having guests every week. And
we've got some major guests coming on, everybody.
We have some major
guests.
So we're gonna pull out no stops in this one. And we changed the title because people couldn't find Both Sides Now and Beyond. And we had, I've done market research with people, and they'd do all that background. And they said, no one knows you are there. And you should use your name since you're well known, James. And I said, okay. And I said, Kelly's got to be there with me. So we did. But we wanted to give it a title. Like a lot of you watch the YouTube thing, which there's that graphic with the picture of a person and the funny words or that grab you. So we did that. And we came up with a name for this podcast. And it's the same Mondays, 6 o'clock. And we're going to tape that. And there'll be a podcast across lots of platforms with guests. So we are going to show you right now. And our first podcast is April 29th.
Yeah, right? Next week from today, Monday.
And our special guest will be Susan Geisman, who's a well-known medium from Florida. And this is the opening of the podcast. James Van Prague of Life After Death and Beyond.
With Kellee White.
With Kellee White.
So I'm still there. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. But it's be great.
Markedly wise, it was
it made sense.
My name and Life After Death, which is a subject we talk about, and we're going to have guests from everything. Like,
can we tell them a couple of guests?
Yeah.
One of the guests, everybody, which I am so excited about, is Dr. Peter Levine from Somatic Experience. And if you don't know who Dr. Peter Levine is, he's written several best-selling books, but he's the founder of somatic therapy, of trauma in the body. And he's written a memoir himself. And the memoir is just out now about how he discovered, how interesting. He talks about Einstein as his guide. And James and I had just done a show, a week ago or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was weird.
That we talked about Einstein as a guide. And it turns out that Dr. Peter Levine actually talks about in his book that Einstein was 2 days after we discussed it. Yeah, right in there. And so we were so thrilled that he wants to be on our show. And it'll be, really, you guys, it'll be an extraordinary experience. And we have Susan Geisman.
Susan Graw is going to be on as a medium.
And then right after that, we have Harry T. from Australia, who's a wonderful medium. And it's going to be a lot of fun to have on. He's written a new book. And
we're trying to get Greg Braden. And we're trying to have a lot of people I've worked with in the past.
Danny and Brinkley.
We're going to have a friend
of mine. David Kessler.
We're going to get David on. And a lot of people that you all know. And Hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of these people because they remember me, I think. So a lot of them I've worked with before too. So a lot of people I've worked with through Hay House and through expos I've done in the past. I've been around a long time. I'm trying to get Deepak. Maybe he'll come on, Deepak Chopra.
Oh, I
So
wonder if we know anybody who knows him.
I wonder if we do. We'll just put that to the universe. Anyone listening?
Renee, are you listening?
And Renee will be in charge of getting our guests. He's going to book all the guests. Going to be our producer. And it's going to be really fun. Change is great. Yeah, it's going to be great. We'll reach a lot more people out there too. And I think we have to reach people because,
we have a lot to say.
Yeah, we have a lot to say. And people have to realize there's life after death and everything it brings. And it's substantial. It's substantial. So yeah, so that's
our big news, and we're very excited about that. And before I want to mention too, I have two. First of all, I'll be still doing my Thursday show. So on Thursday, Ask Me Anything. I'll still be covering a topic and doing astrology. So you can always find me Thursday.
Kellee, it should be Kellee White's Ask Me Anything. You have to have your name there.
Okay. You're right. I should change that.
Yeah, you have to have your name there, darling. Okay. Kellee and I are very humble. We really don't like to do stuff like that, but you have to for people to get to know you. It's your show.
You're right.
I've learned these social media things, which I really don't want to, Kellee, but
I know. No, but you're right.
Events are great, but we have to do these things.
I have to run that by my marketing person, but you're 100%. Oh yeah, no. Now it's all of this, everything is in a different world, right?
It's a different. Kellee and I met with agents for her book and different people, and they were talking languages I couldn't understand. I've been in publishing a long time, but it's not the same world that I was in. It's very different.
Very different. Very different. Oh my gosh! But I do want to mention I have two upcoming classes, and I have a class on May 10th. In the United States and May 11th in Australia with Janelle Campbell, which is going to be so fun. Are you a starseed? So please check out our class because it's going to be designed specifically to help you connect to your starseed roots. And if you feel like if you were diagnosed ADD, or my favorite, if you were never diagnosed, that's my favorite, you're probably, no questions asked, a starseed. So we're going to be also doing a wonderful meditation that will lead us to wherever it is that you actually are from. So it's going to be really great.
Just a side note, that NDE thing I was watching, several of them talking about how they were connected to star systems. All of them. I mean, many of them are all connected to star seeds. And they mentioned the ones Andromeda.
Andromeda's a big one.
Andromeda, Pleiades.
Pleiades. Arcturus, which is my favorite.
All of these different spaces and galaxies that they're from. And I guarantee most people that are here tonight.
Oh, if you're watching this show, yeah, for sure.
Galactic beings. That's all
we're galactic beings. So please join us for this class. And if you can't attend live on Zoom, then if you purchase the class, you'll be able to watch it at any time. So it won't be for sale after that, though. So please join us. And then I have
fabulous.
Janelle is so great. Oh, I love working with Janelle. I mean, come on.
The three of us on a cruise was pretty fun in this way.
Yeah, she's just a marvelous teacher, and she's a marvelous starseed soul. And we discovered that we had this together, James, that we both love this. We had to teach this class. We had to because we just love this.
Far out.
Oh my God.
Love.
And far out. That's her. And then the second class I have coming up is June 22nd, and this is for people. It's called Healing Family Trauma. So please, the 3 phases of trauma, this is psychological, generational, and spiritual. Cool. And I'm teaching this with Dr. Shirley Impellizzeri, who's very good friends with Dr. Peter Levine, which is how he was able to come to our show, which thank you, Shirley. And with Carrie Gonia, who does family constellation. And what she's going to do is open the morphogenic field for us. Even though this is on Zoom, I can tell you, we've had many classes together. You feel the energy. It's so powerful.
Yeah, I've been at one. I'll be at this one. Yeah.
You cannot miss this one.
No,
you cannot. This is a great one. And it's on sale right now until the end of April. So please join us. It's going to be an extraordinary conversation between the 3 of us. You'll learn an awful lot about healing your family trauma. We're going to give you lots of tools to do it.
Yeah. And I'm coming up with animal pets. My course, Animal Pets, is going to be back on sale next week.
Oh,
And yeah, because it was such a hit, and people wanted to. We changed it a little bit, so it'll be on sale. An evergreen course, and then one we just finished. We had a lot of people sign up for that. I'm meeting with my medium, 2 people next week in person, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay, I should tell you, I have some clients that are so excited to be there because they're in their mediumship too.
Yes,
you're going to have a ball, James. They're so excited. Get ready; they're all going to come up and give you a hug.
Oh, I know.
Everyone. They're so excited.
It's only, I think, 25, 30 people. That's it. And it's great. We're going to do some really great exercises. And we're going to do some near-death experience stuff, too, that I'm getting from these YouTubes. I'm going to start off the workshop by starting them to put them in the headspace of energy. That everything is energy. And that's when it starts to work.
That's so important. Because, I do know some of them are a little anxious because they've not done this before, perhaps.
I'll take care.
And with you, that's what I told them. That's exactly what I said. That
they say to me on our online Zoom calls, I'm a little nervous. I said, you know me. What are you being nervous about?
Oh, please. You guys are going to have the best time ever. It's going to be so much fun. Okay. Let's see. What else here? It says, Maggie Landis says, there's a super soft energy around you both tonight. James, you look great. Something big has shifted. Love your show. Thank you for all your work.
Yes, 20 pounds. I feel very happy. I really do. I had a feeling this year was going to be a very good year, and I think this change is going to be great for us.
Oh, it's going to be
part
great.
of Kellee's book. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to really be great.
Thank you, James. Yeah. And then Kimberly Gauthier says, can we get our new show on YouTube or Spotify? Yes.
You'll be able to get it on every platform. That's what we're doing.
Now, is it still going to be live on Facebook?
It'll be live every Monday out of here. It'll be live. Okay. And we're going to change it over to platform. It'll go to all the platforms. Okay. So live here, but then we have an editor who's going to edit it afterwards and put it on all the different platforms that exist. And we couldn't really do it here.
Yeah.
It's all, listen, we're dealing with 2 people here that know anything about social media. So these people are experts. They know how to do it, and they're going to take care of us.
Now, Kim Ann Snodgrass asked a question. She says, Kellee, will you still take questions? I will take questions on my Thursday show. Absolutely. I'll be doing the astrology. That will not change. But as far as our podcast go, will we be taking questions on that?
We might take some questions because it's going to be live. So we'll have guests, and you'll be able to ask the guests some questions, and we can refer to that on the podcast. That's fine. So we from what I know, yes, I'm going to say, until we have our stage manager director tell us no, let's say yes. Because, we're going to have, experts in their field. I'm going to have Ghostbusters. I'm going to have Ghost hunters. I want to have psychic people. I want to have, near-death experience people. I want to have all different types of medical people who have, all different types of people we're going to have. Renee is going to get for us.
Yeah.
Renee's like, what?
Yes,
it'll be fun. We're just putting out to the universe. So
it's going to be so much fun. And if you guys think of a guest that you think that we should have on, let us know, because we have Renee. Renee will help us get that guest.
And we have and also Facebook, we have that. So you have that. We're not going to have the Facebook show, the Facebook page. Are we going to have the Facebook?
It'll be Facebook too, and on YouTube. It'll be shown on your Facebook.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
We're figuring all that stuff out, so it's not easy. No. We're trying to solidify everything.
We're trying to make it easy. So MTV Media says Mondays will now be recorded, no more live. No, we will be.
It's a live show.
It's a live show on Mondays at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and then our shows are always recorded, and you can find it on Facebook or on YouTube.
Sean Leonard, Lori. Yes, I'll have Sean Leonard on. I just did a show with Sean Leonard. He's a wonderful medium.
Who is Sean Leonard? Oh,
he's a man I went to North Carolina with.
That's right. That's right.
Native American. Yeah, he's great. And Matt Frazier. Yes, Matt Frazier.
What about, Ann Margaret says, what about Michael Beckwith? Now we
have Michael Beckwith on. Sure, Michael would do the show. I've done his podcast. Well, Michael. Yeah, we'll have Michael on.
You did. He gave you an award. I was there.
Yes. He's
in Burbank.
The people of the congregation did a healing on me. You remember that? It was one of the most highlights. It was the most incredible experience.
Unbelievable.
I did expect that, and then to meet the lady that did the music for Michael Jackson was there.
Well, she had sat next to my very dearest friend
on the airplane.
To get there, and then I brought Marianne with me, and Marianne is sitting there. Hey, I know you. We sat next to each other, and then my other friend helped write that song too. So it's just a fascinating
Man in the Mirror. Yeah.
Man in the Mirror. Yeah.
Kyle Gray, we'll have him on. Yeah, Kyle Gray is a friend of mine. We'll have Kyle on. He's great. And I'd like to have there's a lot of Hay House authors I'd like to have on because there's some great people there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Connie Russell says, you two really lift me up. Thank you.
Sonia Choquette, yes. I don't know Esther, but I'm trying to still meet Esther after 10 years. I don't know. Sonia, yes, I could ask Sonia. She's in France, so it might be a little difficult. Doug Fraser, and Dougal Fraser, yes. Dougal Fraser, about 6'5". Do you know that? Dougal Fraser.
I heard somebody told me that.
Yeah. He's a baby's face, like Dougal, really? So yeah, we'll have Dougal on. Oh my gosh. Dougal's a great one.
Now maybe Ron and George can help with that, with the Esther. No,
yeah, Marianne Williamson, John Edward, I don't think would do it. Let's see. Esther, I wouldn't ask Esther because Esther's busy out doing something probably. I don't know. But Kyle Gray, yes, I love Kyle Gray. We'll have a lot of great people on. You'll enjoy it.
Oh, it's going to be so fun, you guys.
Share them with everybody. Alex Ferrari, I did his podcast.
He's fascinating, isn't he?
Fascinating, yeah.
What's his background?
I have a television background, producer.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you. I know Judith Orloff. I bet you she would do it. Diane Feen asked if Dr. Orloff would be on. She wrote all the. I bet you she would.
Dr. Orloff. You remember Dr. Orloff?
I know Judith.
Well, I know Judith very well. When I was doing Beverly Garland demonstrations at Beverly Garland in 1995, she was in my audience, and she was just finishing school, and she said, "Could I help her with something?" And I did. I helped her with something and then endorsed her first book and helped her with some stuff. So, yeah, Judith. God, yeah, Judith. Yeah, she'd be great.
She was really good friends with my psychologist.
Yeah, next episode with Alex Ferrari.
I loved her.
Yes. Yes, Matt Fraser would be awesome. Yes. Yes, Matt Fraser. Ever seen Matt Fraser? He's a medium.
I worked with Shar Margolis.
Oh, you can't miss him.
I did Shar's show a while back.
Shar Margolis, I've worked with many times.
Yeah.
Look at this. Carol said, I took your writing workshop and now I've published 12 books. Carol, good for you. Open a storefront and designing curriculum and doing book events. Yay!
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
That's a big one. That goes on your report card. Put that in your report card, everybody.
Right. Get that report. Kathy McArdle St. Pierre. I don't think I'm saying that right.
I would like to have on. I don't know if Tyler would do it. I could ask Dr. Drew. We could have Dr. Drew.
I bet you he would do that. What is the best way to contact you? Right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. But what is the best way to contact you? You can always go to my Kellee. Let me see. I think it's Kellee at kellywhite.com or info at kellywhite.com. And I'll get the information to everybody. I think that
Lorna Byrne. God, I haven't heard from Lorna Byrne in a long time. Tyler.
Oh, John Edward. Lisa wants to know about John Edward.
Yeah, John Edward, I don't think he'll do it. John Edward sticks to himself. Tyler Henry, I don't know Tyler Henry. So Brian Weiss, I don't think Brian is really doing much anymore. Brian Weiss is probably doing workshops at Omega. That's what Brian Weiss is doing.
You think?
Otherwise, I think he's retired. Yeah. But Dr. Drew we can have. Dr. Drew will do the show. Him and I are good friends way back when he first had the triplets. You did the show. Kellee.
Oh, I remember. I will never forget that show.
That's when we got the opening of our show here, the credits, because one was Dr. Drew Loveline show.
We did a few of them.
We did a few of them. That's right.
I do remember that. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, this has been a fun show, and
thanks everybody.
We're so excited about next week, and our guest next week is Suzanne Geisman. Yep. And she's a wonderful medium. She's written a book. It'll be a lot of fun.
Very good. Joseph Tiddley, is he still around? Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. God bless you. See you next Monday. Thanks, Renee.
Thanks, Renee. Thanks, James. Bye, everybody.
You've been listening to Both Sides Now and Beyond, featuring spiritual medium and master teacher James Van Praagh and spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
That was great. Maybe we changed some lives.
And maybe opened up some minds.
Which way do I turn?
Right. I mean left.